Pearson, how you make your importance felt in the house is up to you. Try what I am telling you to do. It could be a good fortune or it could be a bad one. It all depends on you now. Make up your mind and there it is.
Yes, thank you, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Listen to me, Mrs. Pearson. Put your foot down once and for all and be the mistress of your own house and the boss of your family.
That's easier said than done. Besides, I'm so fond of my husband and children. Even if they are so thoughtless and selfish, they don't mean to be.
Maybe not, but it would be better for them if they learned to treat you properly.
Yes, I suppose it would, in a way.
You run after them all the time, take their orders as if you were the servant in the house. Stay at home every night while they go out and enjoy themselves. Husbands, sons and daughters should be taking notice of wives and mothers, not giving them orders and treating them like dirt.
I suppose you are right. Oh, goodness gracious! Look at the time. Nothing ready, and my husband and children will be home any minute.
Let them wait or look after themselves for once. This is where your foot goes down. Start now.
Mrs. Fitzgerald, I know you mean well. In fact, I agree with you, but I just can't.
Then let me do it.
But I don't understand. You couldn't be me.
Let me show it to you, dear. Give me your hands and keep quiet for a minute. Just don't think about anything. Now look at me. Asharata lam, Asharata dum, Asharata lam dum puna.
See what I mean here?
Oh, it's happened?
Of course it's happened. Very neat. Didn't know I had it in me.
Mrs. Fitzgerald, George and children can't see me like this.
They aren't going to. That's the point. They will have me to deal with.
But what if we can't change back? It would be terrible.
Oh, stop worrying. It's easier changing back.
But what am I going to do now?
Go into my house for some time and enjoy the television show. Mom, you haven't ironed my yellow silk. I must wear it on Christmas Eve. Mother, what are you doing? What do you think I'm doing? Whitewashing the ceiling? But you're reading a fashion magazine at this time? That's right. No law against it. Is there? Are we having tea in the kitchen? Up to you. Have it where you like. Do you mean it isn't ready? Yours isn't. I've had all I wanted. What's the matter with you?
Mom, tea ready?
No.
Why not?
I couldn't bother.
Mom, feeling off color or something?
Never felt better in my life.
What's the idea then?
Just a change.
Well, snap out of it, Ma. I haven't got too much time.
I have plenty of time.
I don't get this, Mom. What's going on?
Changes? You look terrible. If I do look terrible, it's your fault. You made me cry.
Why? What did she do?
Never you mind. Has she been like that with you too?
Yes, no tea ready. She couldn't care less.
Well, I'm glad it's both of us. I thought I'd done something wrong.
So did I. But it's her, of course.
Well, she's suddenly all so different.
Let's try talking to her.
Mom, what's making you talk like this?
What have we done?
Nothing. You come in. ask for something, go out and then come back when there's nowhere else to go? I just don't like it.
Look, I have been working all day.
Same here. 8 hours a day?
Yes, 8 hours a day. And don't forget it.
But I have done my 8 hours.
That's different, Mom.
It was, now it isn't.
I think I'll have to manage myself. I must grab something to eat. Looks as if I will need to keep my strength up.
Mummy, you don't mean you're not going to do anything on Saturday and Sunday? Saturday and Sunday? I wouldn't go that far. I might make a bed or two and do a bit of cooking as a favor. Might go off for the weekend for Christmas shopping. Go off for Christmas shopping? Why not? Even I need a change. Did you fall down or hit yourself with something?
Hello? What's this? Can't be anything to cry about.
You'll see.
What did she mean?
Better ask her.
Reading a fashion magazine?
Yes?
At this time of the day?
What's wrong with it at this time of the day?
Well, I don't like it. It doesn't look right. I'm surprised at you.
Well, that ought to be a nice change for you.
I don't like surprises. By the way, I forgot to tell this morning. I wouldn't want any tea. We friends are meeting at the club. So, no tea. Dinner there itself.
That's all right. As it is, there isn't any.
What? But suppose I had wanted some?
My goodness. Listen to him. Annoyed because I don't get tea for him that he doesn't even want. Ever tried that at the club? They'd laugh at you even more than they do now.
Laugh at me? They don't laugh at me.
Of course they do. They call you Pompey Ompy Pearson because they think you're so slow and pompous.
Never. Hey Cyril, you have been with me to the club once or twice. They don't laugh at me or call me Pompey Ompy Pearson, do they?
Well, yes, Dad. I'm afraid they do. Now, you shouldn't have told him that, Mom. That's not fair. You have hurt his feelings. Mine too.
Oh, that's all right. Sometimes it does people good to have their feelings hurt. If your father didn't go to the club so often, perhaps they would stop laughing at him.
I doubt it. Might be for me. I'll see. It's that silly old bag from next door, Mrs. Fitzgerald. You don't want her here, do you?
Certainly I do. Ask her in. And don't call her a silly old bag. She's a very nice woman with a lot more sense than you'll ever have. Come in, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Oh dear, what's happening?
Nothing much. Just putting them in their places. That's all. Doing what you ought to have done long ago.
Is George home?
Yes, I've been telling him what to think of him at the club.
Oh dear, I wish you hadn't.
Just looked in for a minute, I suppose, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Well, yes, I suppose so, George.
George?
Oh, I'm sorry.
How does it matter? Your name is George, isn't it? Why don't you go back to your club? Special night tonight. They'll be waiting for you, waiting to have a good laugh.
That's right. Make me look silly in front of her now. Poor Doris has been crying her eyes out. Getting the neighbor into the fun? Alright, let her hear it. What's the matter with you? Have you gone mad or what?
If you shout at me again like that, George Pearson, I will not keep quiet.
Alright, alright.
Hello, Doris dear.
Hello, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
I thought you were preparing for the Christmas party.
What's that to do with you? Stop that!
No, it's alright.
It isn't alright. I won't have a daughter of mine talking to anybody like that. Now answer Mrs. Fitzgerald properly, Doris, or go upstairs again.
Don't look at me. I give up. I just give up.
Now that's enough. Listen, you two. I want to have a private little talk with Mrs. Fitz. Oh, with Mrs. Pearson.
I'm glad somebody can, because I can. Come on, Doris.
Mrs. Fitzgerald, we must change back now.
Well, if you insist.
Yes, I do. Please, please.
Asharata dum. Asharata lam. Asharata lam dum bona.
Now, listen to me, Mrs. Pearson. Don't go soft on them again, or else it will all be wasted.
I will not, Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Well, what is it you'd like them to do that they don't do? Stop at home for once?
Yes, I want them to help me in household chores. Especially now, it will be nice if they help me bake Christmas pudding and goodies for Christmas.
But remember, keep firm. I'm just off to let you enjoy yourself. Hey, you can come in now.
Yes, Mother. Seeing that you don't want to go out, I'll tell you what I thought we would do. No objections, I hope.
No, Mother. Whatever you say.
I thought we would bake a delicious chocolate pudding for Christmas.
Suits me. What about you two?
Yes, that's alright.
Oh, I think it would be lovely. Goodbye, Mrs. Fitzgerald. Come again soon.
Yes, dear. Good night, all. Have a nice sleep.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzgerald. Wish you all Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.